Okay, so basically the premise here, as we talked about yesterday, is that books and ebooks can function well as both lead magnets and conversion elements. And the same could be true of pretty much any content, but I think books and ebooks in particular lend themselves well to both because they're long form content. They're not just like a short, like a checklist or a list of properties, as a lead magnet. They're more than that. So when somebody opts in for a book, they're not just getting an easy to consume in one sitting thing. So lead magnet, but then you can use the content to convert people. So I have a little note in the doc here, the context that I'm always going to go back to is our Renos real estate niche operating system idea, and that you plug the ebook or ebook into different portions of that. So this is, as I laid this out this morning, this is the flow I would go if I had an ebook and I wanted to build a multi-channel, business generating funnel out of it, a niche operating system. So first one is to set your book up as a lead magnet. And what we mean by that is just come up with a way for people to trade contact info for the book. So the most common one is going to be to build a lead capture page, right? So in KV Core, they have their little landing page builder. I'll just do that because it's quick and easy, but you can use any landing page builder you want. And let's just say your book is 10. Well, I was just doing a VA home loan video that could be turned into a book. So 10 little known facts about the VA loan program, something like that. And then I might do free, get specific, free 94-page book or ebook, right? A lot of times I hear gurus or internet marketing people who teach it say guide instead of ebook. I don't know, ebook, and then something like that.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is they say it doesn't convert if you're over 40, 50 pages.
Because it feels like too much work.
Too much to read and too much information. And anyway, that's what they're saying. And
okay. Well, so yeah, we could go just do this. So it doesn't have to be, this is something you would test. And then, in KV Core, you could upload your own custom image of the book if you want to. They have this custom background thing, or you could just do for VA loan. I might just do something like this. I don't know. You pick a background, and then you can get rid of these other items, or you could just mention some bullet points of what's going to be found in the book right here. I tend to like to just get rid of the extra copy and keep it short. And then instantly download the book for the submit button up top here, right? So I know a lot of you guys use KV Core on team, so this is a good example to use. I might call this VA ebook for my hashtag, and then the URL after login is going to be where they go to get the book. It could be the direct download link or the bridge page, which I have in my bullets here. We'll talk a little bit more about. But yeah, a quick page like that. The other option is to use a Facebook lead ad. Name, email, phone gets automatically filled in Facebook, and then they get redirected. So you don't need a lead capture page for that. And that's kind of going to remain our go-to for now. I think that's the quicker, easier way to generate some opt-ins. But with Google traffic, you're going to need a good lead capture page, and it's also a good way to get a high intent lead. So Howard, I know the service you used, and Chris, the service you guys use, they give you lead capture pages included, right?
I don't recall that there was a link, I guess they could link to get a copy of it. Yeah, Chris could probably tell you better. I gave it up about 10 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
Well, Chris, I looked at the one you sent. I didn't like their pages because I felt like they were lazy on the call to action. Name, email, phone, but I'm a lead capture page snob. So.
Yeah, you know a lot more than they do, but yeah, that's what they provided, and I haven't messed with it. So
yeah, but it's serviceable, and really with all this stuff, it comes down to the content of what you're offering. If the book is compelling to that audience, the page doesn't need to be as good. I like to keep my pages, my lead capture stuff really short, like just hit them over the head with the headline.
Yeah,
and not
and
have a lot
also
of-
that what I don't think we had with the one Chris has is we couldn't put links in the book.
Oh,
Okay, and so I think that having links actually in the book that they can click on to go somewhere else might give you a lot better call to actions or more response from the people
I
who
agree.
have the book.
Yeah, and I actually mentioned that here in the CTA section here, when we're using it for conversions. So set it up as a lead magnet. Once that's done, you're gonna drive traffic directly to it. So I'm gonna glance over some of these now because I don't want this to turn into a whole demo of Google and Facebook ads today. But the channels that I would go to first are Google pay-per-click. So this VA example, anybody searching VA home loan, those keywords, you might, in your market, you might try popping this up. If you have a book about selling your house for top dollar, something like that, then I would use keywords like sell home fast. If you have a book for first time home buyers, I might look for a keyword on Google like down payment assistance. Somebody who's Googling that, or if they're just Googling first time home buyer, and then offer in your ad text. So let's just do this here. I'm just going to write a Google ad. So ad text. So what the book is: free ebook, 10 VA home facts. I like numbers in my ads, 47 pages for instantly access. This is just pretend, the 3 lines in a Google ad. So free stuff works good with Google ads, especially when it's sitting next to a bunch of ads that are like get pre-approved for a VA loan now. Like all the competition is doing one thing, and then your ad kind of shows up as this free resource. Can work really well. This is sort of what we do with our niche ads that you've heard me talk about, where somebody's searching Tampa, Florida real estate, but we show Tampa, Florida new construction to those people, and it kind of like pulls them off of instead of just come search on our site, it's more niche down. So Google PPC. Thanks.io, I got to plug thanks.io is good, but it does work. So if you sent a letter or a postcard out, and it was same thing, if you had a list of VA, sticking with this example, you had a list of veterans in your area, or a list of people eligible with a COE or something, and then you send them a letter, hey, I've created this book, this ebook about XYZ, scan the QR code to instantly access it now. That could be a way to get traffic. We kind of mentioned yesterday, I kind of like the idea, maybe you send the first appended, you send the first 3 to 10 pages, like the first chapter. Say, hey, I've appended the first chapter of my book, 10 little known facts about the VA home loan. If you'd like to access the full ebook, and learn the other 9 home loan facts, right? I've attached the first chapter with the first fact, but if you'd like to learn the other 9 facts, go ahead and scan the QR code now. So it's a little bit of a teaser and then a learn more. This could work really good in letter format. That same idea could work in a landing page as well, if you had a longer form landing page. And then the last one here is just the direct Facebook lead ad. That's, I'm not gonna, I said I wasn't gonna do this, but it's very easy to do. You just go into Facebook's platform and you literally write the same thing that you have on this landing page right here in the ad copy, click to access now. And that could be your whole ad, just a picture of the book, and then, head on over to it. So let me just check here. Mike, let me know if there's any chats or if I'm going too fast. Looks like we're good. All right. So lead magnet built, start driving traffic to it. I wouldn't recommend doing all 3 of these traffic sources at once. I'd pick one. Honestly, I'd probably start with the Facebook lead ad. Once you know that there's activity with the language in the Facebook lead ad and there's interest, I would probably then go build a landing page and drive the Google and direct mail traffic. So this is the order I would probably actually do this in today. Just just considering our budgets and stuff like that. Get really fast feedback here. Spend 10 to $100 or something. This looks like it's going good. Try this out. Once this is going good, scale here. So meaning if you want to go really big, mail is actually the way to do it with this offer, with quantity traffic. Okay, so I have a note here after the traffic is sent to the landing page to do a bridge page after opt-in. And I think this is something that, we forget to do a lot because it's a little extra work, but it is probably very important with a book, because the point behind a book is to build your authority, right? You're this authority figure that's created this book. And if people can get to know the author right after they access it in video form. So if you can land somebody on a page, going back to our KV Core landing page example, I was going to build another one here. If you can build a page that's a video of you, so we do video view like this, and you can input a video of you saying, hey, thank you for accessing my book, 10 little known facts about VA home loans. You can download the book right now by clicking the link below. So that's one way to do it. You just let them download it right away. Or you could say, I've emailed the book to you, right? And I've texted you the link. In the meantime, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one appointment with me right now, click the link below. So you can kind of go both directions with that and do both at the same time. Here's the book. And then the next thing I want you to do is to schedule a one-on-one chat with me about this topic. And I think in most cases with a book, that's probably what you're trying to get somebody to do in our business. You want them to meet with you somehow, some way. And scheduling that one-on-one chat using a Calendly link or something makes a lot of sense. But the other thing that this bridge page does is it lets them get to know you, to hear your voice and see your face. So as they're reading the book, they're layering, there's these elements of layering on additional trust with you, right? So they have affinity for you, or you build some rapport with the video, even subconsciously. Then they're reading, they like your writing style, they some of your points are unique and things they might not know before. So the dopamine in the brain is firing around you in multiple different modes and media. So definitely don't skip the bridge page, even though you could if you wanted to. So this whole funnel would work without a bridge page. I'm really a big fan and kind of stressing that as an option. So Chris is saying, so you're always sending them to a lead capture page to download the book. So they just need to go somewhere after, right? So I am recommended a page with a video on it. This could just be a regular page on your website with the video and then the links below it. You could use KV Core's lead capture thing here, Chris, like I am. You could also just say, go check your email. The thank you page could just say, go check your email. And then when they get to the email, you auto respond with an email that's like, hey, my name's Howard Barnes. Thank you for accessing my book. If you want to schedule a one-on-one with me, go here. And then here's your link to the book. You can do that as well. I just really like the idea that the first thing they see is you talking to them about the topic after they upload it. I think that really adds some power to the funnel. And I know from personal experience, when I've opted into Facebook ads for like internet marketing or day trading stuff, when the guru who offered me the thing starts talking to me right away, and if they give me something I didn't know right away, in that content, and they take some time, I'm much more likely to engage and to read the actual thing. So your bridge page could actually be like, hey, thanks for accessing the book. It's in your email. I just want to make sure you learn this one key thing from the book. I want to make sure you know this, right? So then you could talk about that to kind of build trust and give them a reason why they want to read the rest of the book. And we always need to remember we're all distracted these days. So just because somebody opts in for your stuff doesn't mean it's going to do you any good. You need to do more than just have them opt in. You need to get them to consume and engage with it. So bridge pages. Okay, that's enough of that dead horse there. All right. So now we're transitioning to using your book for conversions, which bridge page is kind of part of. And then to Howard's point, try to embed CTAs, calls to action, within the book content. And I agree, Howard, this is really important. Almost every Amazon Kindle book that we buy these days, does everybody agree? Like when you get a book on Kindle and you're reading it, usually the author these days has like supplemental resources or things you can go click over to engage them with them further. So try to do this in the book content. And we didn't talk a lot about the how to create the book, but this is as simple as create it in a Google Doc, like you see me using here, embed your CTAs, or take the file with the book content, upload it into a Google Doc, add some links, and then re-download it as your PDF. So what kind of CTAs would you embed? Well, schedule an appointment with me is my favorite in this business. We want people talking, we want one-to-one conversations, and then other lead magnets. So if I was, in my market, I have my 727 deals thing, see my links to different real estate deals. Well, I could be doing a VA offer, or sell your home offer, but I could drop strategically into the content of my book. Oh, by the way, if you're looking for a good deal in Pinellas County, click here. So you're selling your house. Here's a book about selling your house. But if you need another house, check out my new construction list, and you can embed that in there as well. So definitely keep an eye on CTAs. And then the next thing you're going to do is drip email, right? And mentioned this yesterday. What's really cool about a book is you've already written the content of your follow-up emails. All that is, you just take segments of the book that are relevant, and every day or every few days, just say, hey, here is idea number 1 or chapter 1. You take a segment. Day 3 is, here's the second little known fact about VA. So you kind of take the initial content they downloaded, they probably didn't read it, or even if they did read it, you're giving them a refresher on that content and reminding them that they had engaged with that, and just reinforcing the whole idea. And every email is, here's chapter 2 of your XYZ book. And at the end of the email, what is it? PS, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one chat to talk about, getting you pre-approved for a VA home loan, or finding you a house using the VA home loan, click here. And it's always the same call to action at the bottom of every email. And as you guys know from being around Josh for this long, the PS, right? PS, put that in there, do your main call to action, the main thing you want them to do after the content. So really easy, chop up the book. You've probably got like a 30, 60, 90 day email sequence right there. If you have a 100-something page book, should be easy to do. Even if it's a 7-day sequence and you're just linking over to the individual chapters, here's chapter 1 of your book. You can just link to the whole chapter, make it a short email, not put the content in the email. So many ways you can do this. And then the final thing, getting a little more advanced would be layering in retargeting. So if somebody opts in for the book, then you can start showing them ads on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram that call them back in. So one thing I might do, knowing that they might not have read it or even check their email for the book right away because they got distracted, is just say, hey, thanks for accessing the book. Here's the link, right? So they've already opted in. So this follow-up ad, we don't need to make them opt in again. Here's the link. Just give it to them again. And then just like you do with email, you can post segments. So each of my 10 little known facts about the VA home loan, those could be 10 separate ads, right? Fact number 1, XYZ, fact number 2, and those could just be all ads you put in one ad set or that you drip out over time to that audience, just reinforcing the idea. But bottom line is the book, the thing I like about books and ebooks, lead magnets and conversion elements all at once. You don't have to think a lot, about the content of all the stuff you're plugging into your niche operating system. What does everybody think?
It was helpful. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks. Is that you, Daphne? Or is that somebody else?
I also like the framework that you shared. Is there a way that we can get a copy of that?
Yep, I just dropped it in the chat, but I don't know. Are you guys able to click that? I know sometimes they're hard to click out of the chat in Zoom.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
click.
I can
Okay,
click
cool.
it.
That works.
Cool. Yeah, and we'll throw this up on the site too, just so it's sitting there for people to access later. But yeah, so if you're using one of these third-party book companies or you're using AI to write a book, here's a framework you can plug it into. All right. Anything else from anybody? I mean, we don't need to stay here super long today, but if anybody has any other things they'd like to talk about related to this or anything else, we've got a little bit of time. Okay, otherwise, let's all just get back to work, right? We can call this a day for this session. There will be the replay link. We'll probably put this one on the site since it was a little more structured than usual. Howard, if you want to send me your book, when you're done, and maybe we can work together on building out some of these components if you'd like. Just so we can show more concrete examples of all this. No problem, Isabel. All right, guys. So we'll be back. I think Josh is like, I think he said Monday might be the last day of this baseball thing, but I'll be around if he's not. And then we'll get back to doing our morning show plus these sessions in our normal swing early next week. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Mark. See you guys again later.